There we go. A cyberpunk bar playing in the background. That will work for now. If I ever need to adjust the volume of the music, please let me know. And with that, let's get back to it. We have our book open. We have a fresh character sheet. And we also have our quick modification from our usual D&D random character generator. So if you want to lock in a particular role for this character, do it now. You can see the things that we'll be rolling for. Let's get started. Iron Chef Lord, let's help ease the pain of losing experience points to the Wandering Monster. I want you to get us going and roll a 1d100 roll in chat. Exclamation point 1d100. Big Slam, I'm grateful that you got the reference and that you were honored by it. Stops on a 57. All right, we have another male character. Now, our background is a little... There are many backgrounds here. So let's have... Coffee Cat, I would like for you to present to me the background of this character we're generating. I want you to roll 1d100 in chat, and because there's 25, so every 4 units is 1. So actually, 1 to 4 is technically 1. $88. Oh, thank you. Another number divisible by 4, and so here we have. So we have 22. All right. So we are background number 22. Now we go down to our motivations. What is motivating our character? Belladonna, what... I don't know what's motivating you, but tell me what's motivating our character. I need 1d3, then 1d10. 1, okay, and then 6. So this is motivation 6. Our attachment, Bane, 1d12. To what, where, or whom is our character attached? He's a lone wolf running a pack. Well, that itself might be an attachment. It lands on a 7. Attachment number 7. Yeah, being stingy with those wishes. Our beliefs. Who is hanging out in chat? Sarah Echo is lurking. Hey, Scanian! Scanian. I would like you to type exclamation point 1D3 in chat, please. Exclamation point 1D3. Remember, you all can use your channel points to lock in a role that you'd like, or otherwise I'll call on you. And if you want me to randomly call on you, let me know that you're watching up above. If Scanian isn't here, Famine Siren. Famine Siren, are you still here? Also, I need to shave. We're down Scanian. We're down Famine Siren, it seems. Who else is lurking out there? Maverick Fisher, are you there? Do we have Artemis Rose Moon? Do we have Hero Dragon? Do we have who else was helping us with the last one? Jedi Prime Alex. Who's out there and would like to help? I'll call on people a second time, but I want to give first-timers a roll. Biggins, hello! Alright, Biggins, I want you to type exclamation point 1D3 in chat. We're making an everyday hero character, which is a modern setting 5e compatible system. Lucius, I'll call on you next after Biggins. 1. Alright, we are also religious with some kind of belief. Alright. Next up, how do we see ourselves in society? How do we see what our role is? Lucius, in case you get a 17 plus, I want you to roll 2d20 and we'll take the first number of those that is a 1 through 16. (18) in 1. All right, our roll is 1. Then we have virtues. We're going to roll a d4 for evens and odds, and then a d12 because there's 24, so we'll go one or the other. As Lucius and Big Guns here are just coming out, let's help you catch up to others who have rolled. Let's go back up to Big Guns. I want you to roll 1d4 in chat for me, Big. Five. All right, your choice. Odds or evens? Pixel Artist, hello and welcome. Thank you for the first time chat. Welcome to the Hero Zone. And for which system are you designing a class, Pixel? Evens? All right, now roll 1d12 in chat, Biggins. Biggins? Exclamation point 1d12. All right. So this is going to be Virtue 23. Next up, Lucius, I want you to roll 1d20 and tell me the flaw of this character. Pixel Artist, I will call on you in a moment for a roll as well. And I want to hear about your project, please. And whether or not designing a class, if you want to talk about the art that you make, that's cool as well. Stops on a 4. Okay. So we have flaw number 4. All right, now, this one was reserved with some of the channel currency here. Big Slam wanted to roll class. Big Slam, I need our Archetype first. 1d6 in chat. Well, there's plenty of people here with which you can run ideas past. We even have a mentor network over on our Discord, if you use Discord. Exclamation point Discord for the link. But you're welcome to talk about that here, Pixel. Yep, there we go. Stops on a 6. Ooh, this is going to be a charisma. So a charming hero. That has 1d4 options. So, Big Slam, give me a D4 in chat. Hey, Pixel. Hey, there's a prize goblin. I'm glad you got to meet her. Lands on a 1. I forget which one that is. But we'll look it up in a moment. All right, now our profession, Pixel Artist. Would you please type exclamation point 1, D as in doggo, 3. Exclamation point 1D3 in chat. If the internet's not that great, if you don't think you can participate, I can pass over because maybe you're, maybe it's skipping ahead or you might be missing a call out. Let's have. Oh, you need the exclamation point. There we go. All right, 2. And now I need you to roll exclamation point 1D10. All right, so in the second column, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we have number 16 as our profession. We are making a level 6 character. That part is fixed. All right, then our age. Artemis Rose Moon, are you still out there? Would you like to roll this again, Artemis, if you are? Otherwise, I can call on someone else. Let's call on someone else here real quick. Coffee Cat Presents. Coffee Cat, would you give me a percentile roll in chat? Exclamation point 1D100. 8. We have another, all right, another young adult. This is absolutely going to be a comic book or a manga or something with the hero team that we have here. So we have another young adult. 1D6, please, Coffee. Exclamation point 1D6. 2. Is this going to be the little brother? So we have 13. This is absolutely anime. We're going to have card games on motorcycles before this is over. All right. Now, let's explore the background of our character first. Hi, Kragar. No, you're fine. Oh, we need our height and weight also. Pardon me. Coffee Cat, real quick. 2D10 and then 2D4. Actually, wait. We have someone who is on that cusp. Probably 1D4 and then 1D10. So, Coffee Cat, give me a 1D4 and a 1D10. Since height starts at 4'8", and then we're adding 1D4, so 3 inches, so 4'11", and then we're taking that same 3 and multiplying it by the result of 1D10. Which was 10, so we're adding 30. Base is 110. Okay, all right, 411, 140. Here we go. And if these starting default things, like that's from the player's handbook in D&D, this is it's a compatible system. Modify it, especially like in this case, we're apparently making a team of young heroes. And if you think that that's too short, too tall, too wide, or whatever, or muscular. Like, remember? Do you all remember that it was like Kid Hercules that was in the news? It was a really young bodybuilding kid, like just super defined muscles. Maybe, although we have a charismatic person, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. All right, scrolling. Those are our professions. Now we are going into our backgrounds. Background number 22. 1, 2, 3, 4 for caregiver. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is ordinary. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, subsistence. Subsistence. You grew up off the grid and learned to live off the land and your own resourcefulness. Whether due to religious, political, or shared social beliefs, you are proud of your self-sufficiency. So we have an independent young adult here. This is going to give us increase your strength or wisdom by 1. All right. So we're going to say S1 or S1. Strength or wisdom. Choose either athletics or survival. I'll put a little note, S1 here, athletics and survival. S1. Equipment proficiencies, basic equipment. Iconic equipment, a hunting rifle, a camping kit, a small remote cabin. This is like the boxcar kids. Okay. Hunting rifle, camping kit, and a small remote cabin. Where were notes? Oh, carried equipment. Camping kit. And a small remote cabin. Special feature, natural medicine. We're going to copy this. Talents and feats, natural medicine. You can use wisdom survival in place of intelligence medicine to treat minor wounds and illnesses. All right. Now, our profession was rolled to be number 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Investigative services. You work for the private sector, dealing with civil investigations and protecting your client's assets from thieves and saboteurs. Sample careers: bounty hunter, corporate security, military contractor, private investigator, repo specialist. Maybe we do. We have some juvenile delinquents on the loose here. Repo specialist to go in for the along with the car hunter. Ability score increase. Increase your intelligence and one other ability score of your choice by 1. So int and something else. So this is IS1 and then +1 to any other. Equipment proficiencies, basic equipment and advanced equipment. Okay. Skill proficiencies, insight, investigation, and security. So this one's just straight up what it is. Security, investigation, and insight. Iconic equipment, an inconspicuous clothing, laptop, computer, concealed carry pistol, SLR camera, and a security license. Now, I wonder what license he has. It might be one that he's made up. Wealth level 3. Very interesting. Oh, you know what? Is this Detective Conan? Is this Detective Conan, except more of he lives out in the woods, kind of a style? Do we have Detective... Do you all know who I'm talking about? Or am I that old at... how old am I? 25? Or am I just that old? Special feature, investigative expertise. Stop it. Oh, stop it. I don't want highlights. Okay, cancel. Don't care about that stuff. I just want to... How do I get out of this mode? I don't want to edit. I just want to... Is this it? Just, I want to select stuff? There we go. This is why... This is another reason I need to part with Adobe. They frustrate me. And I don't believe that they're ethical. You gain expertise in either investigation or security. You must be proficient. Oh, you must be... Oh, okay. So hang on. I don't even need to copy this over. This is just going to give us an expertise in investigation or security. And we have both. Probably then investigation, to put some clues together. To try and solve things. That seems like that would make sense. So we don't need to worry about carrying that over. All right. So we know what his background is. We know what he currently does for a living. It might make sense then. Yeah, I mean, survival, athletics, either of those can work. Let's keep exploring our character and find out a little bit more before we make that determination. All right, let's continue meeting him. Before we get to Archetype and class, that'll be like the easier stuff. That's the more mechanical. Yeah, it's fun stuff, but I want to learn about who our character is so we can think about ways that he can use his skills and the skills that he would have because of the type of person he is. All right. Our motivation was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Faith. You're a committed member of your faith and seek to uphold its values at all times. Attachment was rolled to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Organization. Joining an organization comes with an emotional attachment, especially with long-term membership. All right, so maybe we're newly recruited into an organization, or we had family or friends that were part of it, or if we're a bunch of scrappy orphans or something that were adopted. It could be from a nefarious person, like a Fagin character. From like Oliver Twist, who's like training these kids to be thieves and everything, or a benevolent, maybe he was adopted in by a faith who's raising him or something. But this is organization as an attachment. What kind? Let's keep putting the pieces together and it'll come around to us. We are religious in some way. So that makes sense. Ancestry, bees. We don't have this in a particular setting, whether it's totally not Earth guys, come on, but it is. Or if it's a fantasy setting or something else, I'm not too worried about that. For all we know, this is an elf, and we just give him pointy ears, and there we go, or tiefling with horns. If you want to have this be a modern take of a Get Ye Flask world in D&D that you would normally run. You know what? We didn't roll for his quirks. Kragar, exclamation point 1d4 for quirks. Lands on a 4. Okay. We see ourselves as an artist. Roll number 1. Okay. Now, these can all be detailed. An example for artists. It doesn't have to be this way for this character, but here's the idea. You can say that you're an artist. Well, how? How can you expand it? An example here is you wake up every morning before dawn to head out with your camera to capture sunrise in the city. You want others to understand what a beautiful place it can be. That is your form of being an artist. You're not just saying I'm an artist. What does that mean? What even is art anyway? So this can be refined, but let's keep building and building. Our appearance is whatever. Maybe he has a bow tie and glasses. Another Detective Conan reference. His virtue is 23. Tolerant. His flaw is 4. Dour. Oh, he's very dour. Oh, poor guy. And his quirk was 4. He doesn't have a quirky mannerism, speech limitation, a quirky talent. You can burp the Star-Spangled Banner. You do a perfect Elvis impression. You can move your eyes independently of one another. You can detect cancer by the sense of smell. So he has some sort of a quirky talent. Hi, Mark D&D. Cheers to you. Thank you for coming by the Hero Zone. All right, Coffee Cat B. Well, thank you for helping us make these characters and for being a part of the community here. If you all do enjoy D&D, go over to Coffee Cat's channel on Saturday for Rebirth, a D&D tale. And but yeah, welcome, Mark. So what kind of a quirky talent does he have? What is a cool thing that he can do? We can decide, but this is a prompt. This is getting us to think of something, to give a personification to this character, so it's not just a pile of stats and abilities. All right, so we have some sort of talent. We're very tolerant, but we're dour. We see ourselves as an artist in some way. We're religious. We've joined an organization, and faith is important to us. Natural medicine, you can use wisdom survival in place of intelligence medicine to treat minor wounds and illnesses. That itself might actually just say, if we come down here from survivor to go from athletics, if we take survival, that's almost like we're getting 2 skills in 1 from that. I think that made that decision for us here. Plus, with faith, it might maybe natural healing, other things like that. It backs up his personality, and it's not just a function of mechanics and min-maxing. He's starting to like Constantine instead of Conan, says Lucius. A Catholic orphanage ran by a nefarious bishop that used the street smarts of his orphans to investigate and manipulate well-to-do donors so he can embezzle the funds. Dun, dun, dun! From Biggins. Maybe he's from some doomsday prepper cult. Yeah, you got to teach your kids to learn how to survive. Yeah, this, think of this. John Connor. I don't know if he was 13 in the movies. I know he was like kind of edgy teenage, you know, kind of, he was coming of age. He resented his mom dating all these military guys, giving him training and everything. What if we have more of a John Connor, a young John Connor character? Would that make sense? Kind of a doomsday prepper cult. It's not a big one, because who'd believe you? But what you said, Big Slam, kind of reminds me of that. Alright, so we have our skills filled in. And we're going to get more now that we're going to look at our archetype and our class. So let's go to that. We are a charming hero. You know what? We go to our first character, and I realized that I put 10d10 because I was thinking a level 10 character or level 6 character. We have 6d10. I'll save that. We're going to come over here. We have 6d8 as a charming character. Starting hit points. So that is 8. We get our full hit die plus con plus our remaining 5 levels. 5 times... half plus 1 is 5 times con. And that is our quick little formula for the hit points we're going to have at this level. Defense, not in the face, 10 plus charisma or dexterity modifier plus charming hero defense bonus. So for charming heroes, we can take charisma or dex as a modifier. And it looks like our defense bonus is a +2. Interesting calculation here. So we'll put charisma or dex as the reference point for that when we make our final calculation. All right, it's time to take our abilities over to our character sheet here. And we'll go over them all. Right now, I just want to... I just want to transfer them because I can read them as I'm fixing the formatting. When you're copying over... Stop it. When you're copying over things from PDFs, it can get a little weird. All right, so by all charming heroes, all charming heroes will get influence at level 1. You have 2 influence dice, which are d6s. An influence die is expended when it is rolled. You regain all your expended influence dice when you finish a short or long rest. You gain additional influence dice as you gain levels, as shown in the Charming Heroes table. So if we come back to here, we have our influence dice at level 6. We have 5 that are D8s. So influence... We have 5D6 influence dice. No, 5D8s. And 4 tricks. Actually, wait. Is that just what's up here for influence? 5. We have 5d8 influence dice. Alright, then we learn some tricks. You learn 2 tricks, chosen from your class's list of tricks. You learn additional tricks as you gain levels, as shown on the Charming Hero table. Whenever you gain a level in Charming Hero, you can replace one trick you know with another from your class list. You can use only one trick during a single attack, saving throw, or ability check. Alright, at level 6, we know 4 tricks. That is down there. This is, in a modern setting, this is replacing spells. Stored equipment. That's vehicle stuff. That would be more important for the other character, but we can fill that in. Oh, plans and tricks. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Just filling in the space here. This is probably redundant, especially for many of you who know how the normal calculations work in D&D, because these characters are compatible, which is going to be interesting. We're going to focus on that next week. We can make a D&D character and compare it and see, I don't know, who might you have more fun playing in either setting. Charm, level 2. When you make a charisma check, after rolling, but before determining the result, you can roll an influence die and add it to your result. Then we get, at level 2, 4, and 6, 2 minor feats or 1 major feat. And we already noted that we have improved influence from D6s to D8s, because that's already up here, so I can erase that. And I'm simply going to put level 2. Level 4. And level 6. We're going to get some extra things here. Alright, anything else that we need to note? We have our proficiency bonus is a +3. We have our defense bonus. Okay. +3. Now, within the Charming Hero archetype, class 1 was what was rolled. So we have a Duelist. Duelists are fighters who prefer style over brutality. Any fool can swing a stick around like a caveman. True combat prowess unites the body, mind, and soul to a singular purpose. The Duelist is a melee specialist who masters a mixture of offensive and defensive combat tricks, allowing them to react to the situation at hand. A Duelist who wants to focus on combat performance should have a strong dexterity score. So, saving throws, dexterity and charisma. Let's fill those in. Skills, choose 2 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, endurance, intimidation, and performance. So, we're going to put D2, because we can choose from acrobatics, athletics, deception, endurance, intimidation, and performance. Equipment, basic equipment, and historical equipment also. Very interesting. So we can use basic, advanced, and historical weapons. We'll get a Duelist pack and a rapier. A pokey stick. If we're out in the wild. That is a good poking stick. Duelist kit. And we can look at what the kits have later. That's not going to be terribly important for what we're doing building our character up. Alright. 1, 3, and 5. We are getting Perception, On Guard, and Advanced Combat Training by a level 6 character here. Precision, level 1. While wielding a finesse weapon, you can roll 1 additional weapon damage die when determining the damage for a melee attack. This does not apply to attacks you make as a bonus action. In addition, while wielding a weapon with the finesse property, your defense bonus is increased by 1. On Guard, level 3, you can add your Charisma modifier to your initiative rolls. And Advanced Combat Training, level 5, once during your turn, when you take the attack action, you can make 2 attacks as part of that action. There we go. Pretty straightforward. All right. So we have an investigator. Whoops. We have an investigator, someone who's not afraid to get in the mix here. We get 2 skills. All right, so we're faithful. We're taken in by an organization. Okay. John Connor, or how about Arya Stark from A Song of Ice and Fire, or Game of Thrones, as many more might recognize it. Is this character reminding you of Arya Stark? Improved influence, tricks, charm, precision, on guard, advanced combat training. So we have our faith, we have... We can survive. We investigate, investigative services. We can be pretty independent as well. If we do spend a lot of time, we're investigating. We have a weird talent. We're tolerant of people, but we're very dour. We see ourselves as an artist. So we have some flourish to what we do in some way, to an organization that we're very proud of serving. So what if we go, instead of performance, if we're investigating, I think this is going to be deception and probably... if we spend a lot of time out, and we need patience, especially to surveil, I think endurance is going to be what we need for this. Although performance and deception might be good. Ooh. Yeah, let's go performance instead of endurance. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah. All right, so I think from our... Oh, this is Duelist. I think instead of strength, we're going to go wisdom for our +1 that we're floating. We get 1 from... we get 1 to intelligence. We get 1 in something else. We should probably put that +1 down here. I mean, putting in dexterity wouldn't necessarily be bad. But I think this is going to give us a good start, especially because we can, when we have our standard array, we have 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8. That's the standard array in 5e. That's the standard array here. What if we did 15, 14... 13, 12, 10, and we're not very strong. We're also young, right? We're a young adult, and we're not here to be the heavy lifters. We're here to get information. So that brings intelligence to 11, wisdom to 14, charisma to 15. Now, what we can do at level 2, 4, and 6, you're allowed to get 1 major feat or 2 minor feats. One of the minor feats could be to get a +1 in an ability score. So that means by level 6, we could actually put 6 points across the board into this character if we wanted to. So if we did that at least once, and we put what is it? Ability score training. let's bring up our charisma and dexterity. We'll bring that up. So that's 16 and 16. How far do we want to go in with the tricks? Because that is dependent on our... Those are manipulator tricks. Icon tricks. Duelist tricks here. Stop blinking. Ugh! Your charming hero level determines the number of duelist tricks you know as shown in the tricks column. Disarming strike, fleche, lunge, parry, riposte, tripping strike. So we know 4 of these. When you hit with a melee attack, you can attempt to disarm your opponent, roll 1 influence die, and add the result to the damage dealt. In addition, the target must make a strength saving throw against your trick DC. So the trick DC would have to be... so that would make our charisma... we'd want our charisma a little higher. On a failed save, the target drops 1 object of your choice that they're holding. The object falls to their feet. Fleche, when you make an attack roll with a melee weapon, you can roll 1 influence die to add it to your result. You can do this after making the attack roll, but before determining the result of the target of your attack. Hit or miss is distracted by you until the end of its next turn. Lunge, when you make a melee attack, you can expend 1 of the influence die to make a lunge. If you hit, roll the influence die twice and add the total result to the attack's damage. You spend 1 die but roll twice. When an opponent damages you with a melee attack and you're wielding a melee weapon, you can use your reaction and expend an influence die to reduce the damage you take by the number you roll. When an opponent misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend 1 influence die to make a melee attack against that opponent. If you hit... I don't think we have someone who's really going to press the attack. I want to say more for survival. Tripping strike, when you hit with a melee attack, you can attempt to trip your opponent, roll 1 influence die, and add the result to the damage dealt. And the target must make a strength saving throw against your trick DC. So if we lean into charisma and we're making them make saves, that would seem to make a lot of sense. Now, there are other feats. We can take skill training, and there's a few other things. Off the cuff, I'm thinking that we go... especially for this kind of scrappy, but, like a twinkly-eyed urchin in the streets. I think tripping strike... Actually, why don't I just copy this? I think tripping strike is going to be the way to go here. Another one, if we're leaning into our charisma, is disarming strike. We're not out to kill people, but we're out to get info or to baffle people who might want to kill people. Parry is reduced damage, so we'll parry. And a status effect of distracted. So, yep, this is what we'll do. We'll also do fleche. And parry. One moment while I get the spacing better, because it could increase the size of the letters if it frees up space. Just like that. All right, so by default, I think that we should lean into our physical skills, dex and charisma, or we can go hard into charisma. But as we can take so 4 minor feats or 2 major feats, let's scroll ahead to that section. Not worried about equipment right now. Carrying cases, vehicles. We don't have a vehicle. Feats. All right. So minor feats, ability score training, advanced skill training. So we can take expertise in something. We can increase our wealth level. We're already level 3 by being a part of this organization. We can go higher if we want. Skill proficiencies, saving throw proficiencies as well. Let's see. Animal Whisperer, Artful Dodger, allows offhand attacks while dodging. So that could go with that, hey, try and hit me if you can, nanner nanner boo boo, stick your head in doo-doo. Those are the magic words on the playground that infuriate the bullies. Hinder opponents when you use a melee slashing weapon. Fight in the dark or while blinded. We're not a driver. Run faster. Fast feet could be something interesting. Get advantages, grappling, and pinning. No, we're not that strong. Heal allies. Influence people with cooking. Shoot fast and accurately in close quarters. We're a melee person. Hinder opponents when you use a melee piercing weapon. So Impaler could be the way to go. So we can think of Impaler. Look and sound like specific people well. Impersonator could be. Impaler, Impersonator. Gain bonus to perception and traps. I don't think we're a seducer. We're much more of a baby face. Pickpockets while in melee combat. That one's interesting. Gain a bonus to non-proficient saving throws. Move through crowds and stand up quickly. Tumbling could be good. Use your wealth to gain social advantage. Now, what about a major feat? Reroll 3 attacks, saving throws, or ability checks per day. Ambush enemies from the shadows. Block melee attacks and attack while retreating. Increase your maximum hit points. Shoot multiple opponents who are lined up. Do damage to opponents when tripping or shoving. Get various advantages using a favorite weapon. Hit multiple opponents with one giant swing. And we're not taking multi-class. So I don't think Major is going to be the way forward for this character. Let's take a look at Impaler. Once per turn, when you hit an opponent with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to an opponent, you can roll damage twice and take the better. I mean, that's damage dealing. I don't think we have we don't have a person who's trying to injure or trying to kill. Impersonator, though, you have mastered the art of copying the voice and mannerisms of others. You have advantage on charisma performance checks when impersonating other people, animal sounds, or object sounds. You have advantage on charisma performance checks to disguise your own identity. I think that is a good one. So maybe going Impersonator and if we go Impersonator, What else would we pick? The poisoner could work because we're used to living out in the wilds, and we can treat people for it anyway. Great Cook could be interesting. When you or one of your companions eats food you have prepared, they can regain up to 2 spent hit dice. That could play into the survivalist aspect as well. Your base speed increases by 10 when using the dash action. You can ignore difficult ooh, fast feet? That could be it too. We've been running through the woods and over difficult terrain. Gain advantage on strength athletics checks made during a foot chase. So we may be weak, but that would at least give us advantage on rolls that we're not good at. Or cross-training, you're an all-around athlete, able to leverage your strengths to overcome your weaknesses. Choose one ability score from Strength, Dex, or Con. You can always use that ability score when making athletics, acrobatics, or endurance ability checks. We don't have a lot of training in acrobatics or athletics, so we don't need to worry about that. Maybe the +2 skill. So which 2 skills, Big Slam, would... so if we did that, and we took... Impersonator, and then skill training, what would you like? Do you want to go into... We might be able to do Intimidation. There is Perception, which could come in handy for an Investigator as well. So maybe we do Streetwise or Stealth and Investigation. Oh, wait, we don't have Persuasion, actually. But we do have Deception. Because, I mean, we're trying to fool people into thinking that we're someone else. So if we come down here and we took... Impersonator and skill training, and in skill training we go Perception, Persuasion. Perception, Persuasion. And then I think we actually go harder into Charisma, and we bring Charisma up with a little double tap here for an ability score training. We go Charisma, Charisma. Yeah. I like this. Alright, so Strength is -1. Dex is +3. Con is +1. Intelligence is +0 for right now. Wisdom is +2. And Charisma is +4. This, and, as our proficiency bonus is a +3, this is going to give us a +6, a +7, and then the 2 carries over, the 0 carries over, The 1 carries over, and the -1 carries over. That means athletics is a -1, and constitution for endurance is a +1. Then we have dexterity. Non-proficient dexterity is a 3. Non-proficient intelligence is a 0. I almost wonder if I should swap wisdom and intelligence. Because we are an investigator, that might actually make more sense. I don't know though. I'm kind of, but I mean we're expertise, so we may not be intelligent, and we can increase it. We still have 4 levels, but we are getting automatically a +6 to it. So maybe that's just more we have natural talent that is helping what little that we do know. Well, let's roll with what we have. Let's roll with what we have, because I think a character like this can still be very compelling even though he's non-optimal. Because watch this. We are an expertise in investigation. That's a +6. That is already competing with a dexterity skill with which we have proficiency, which is actually 0 of them. So that's not too bad at all. And then we come down to charisma, which is a +4 for untrained or non-proficient. And a +7 for those in which we are. And let's see, trained wisdom's +5. Security is just going to be a natural +3. Wisdom's a +5. Wisdom's a +5. That gives us a passive perception of 15, which we didn't do on our other character as well. Passive perception of 16. That also means that our con is 1, so that is 9. Then that's actually not 5 times con. That's 5 plus con is 1, so that's 6. So 30, we have 39 hit points at level 6. Our initiative is going to be a +7, because for us it's not just based on dex, we're able to add our charisma modifier to it as well. Now our defense was 10 plus either charisma or dexterity +2 at level 6. If we go that route, then we would actually have a 16 based off of charisma. 4 plus 2. 4 plus 2 plus 10. We have 5 influence. We're not worried about focus. I guess we can say that we're inspired. I would start them with an inspiration point. We have this in. I think we have our character. I mean, besides some art or anything else, putting the details of the weapons or what comes into the kit of a duelist. Now, if we come over here, though, our trick DC, that as we calculate DCs in 5th edition, that is 8 plus proficiency plus bonus. So if we put tricks, that is going to be trick DC 8 +4 +3. Our proficiency bonus is 3. We have a +4. So our DC for our tricks is 15. And was there anything else? Each trick. Okay, so yeah, we have that. We make a charisma check after rolling, but before determining the result, you can roll an influence die. Yeah, and we have those. We took that. Well, wielding finesse weapon. Okay. You can add your charisma modifier to your initiative rolls. Once your turn, you make 2 attacks. Okay. Look at that. Nice and easy. And there's even more we can fill in. I'm not worried about a rapier being 1d8. Or whatever, a pointy stick for our more naturalist investigator here. Nice and easy. Look at this. We have a character who can very well stand up beside a level 6 D&D character. This was a lot of fun to make, and you get so many fun abilities. And this wasn't too complex to do either. We didn't spend a lot of time hemming and hawing, and yet we have a great amount of flexibility for this character. Now, is this a charisma caster? Magic doesn't exist in the system necessarily, but the tricks that you play are acting in a similar capacity based off of your charisma. Speed is 30. We got to put 30 over here on this character as well. Languages, we can go back and fill in languages because we don't really have a setting, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, hey, Follum, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Follum, you've been around in this community for years. What, 5 or 6 years now? Follum, can you type in ! follow age, no space. It sounds like a surfer dude, bro. Like, dude, what's your follow age? I think we have a very strong character, compelling, especially with our other character. It's a very interesting team that we're making now as well. And already I'm very, very much getting adventure vibes, comic book hero vibes, action movie vibes. Because how many other characters have we brought up in referencing the building of this character? Is this character like this other one? Through these awesome other stories that we've seen and been exposed to. Oh, I love it. I love this system. I really like everyday heroes. Oh, was it your other one then? Yeah, because Follum, it feels like it's been a lot more than a year since I recognize you as an entity. It seems like it's been a lot more than a year. Or, I mean, almost 2. 1 year, 10 months. Unless you, like, unfollowed and refollowed later. Daly says that there's some weird thing about that, but, yeah, okay. Well, all the same, it's good to have you here.